Okay, when doing tray flips, you want to have your front foot. You can do it like your normal kickflip position, but since the board is spinning, you don't need to worry about flicking off to the side. You flick straight forward. So you can get away with having it even about here, if that's what you find most comfortable. Your back foot, just like a pop shoulder pretty much. There's nothing special about it. Okay, when doing the trick, you need to forget everything about 360 shove-its if you can do them, because it's completely different. Okay, when you start, you want to pop it as vertical as possible. I know when you watch mine, it's not going to look like they're going vertical, but it's just a good way to visualize how the trick works. And as the board starts to come up, this foot just sort of gets in the way, and it flips into it, and then you kick forward. Just straight forward. You don't need to go to this side, you don't need to go to that side, just straight forward, and it should start flipping. I find that trying to flip it back helps get the full spin. If you try to throw it forward like a 360 shove-it, not only will you have trouble getting the full spin, but it'll start pivoting off these wheels and fly off over there. So I think that's the main trick to a 360 flip. You want to wait till only your tail is on the ground and the wheels are off before you throw it. And that'll help it stay underneath you, and you can land it. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong when learning 360 flips. And the first that always happened to me was landing, flipping it and landing like this, or like this even. And the main problem was not putting enough power into it. If you just sort of throw the trick, it'll pivot and go flying. That works when you're going fakie, but when you're going forward, you need to make that extra effort to force the tail to move in front of you. So if you pop it vertical, you can really whip that tail around. The second problem was landing with your body facing forward, and then you shoot out. And that happens because when you push the board backside, your body spins front side, and that's just how it works. So if you have to, you can always wind up your shoulders like you're doing a backside flip or something, and then just whip it around. That's how I used to do them. I'd wind up like I was trying a 360 ollie or something. Just wind up and then throw the trick, and that's the only way I could get it to work. That's why doing them vertical helps too, because if it's doing this, there's no spin, and if there's less spin, it's not going to push you the other way as much. Third problem is landing the rail, and if you're lucky like me, you'll just land it anyway, but it can be pretty painful if you're not expecting it. So I find that height really helps. Now it's hard for me to say that because this board has no pop left and all my tricks are barely above the ground, but if you get the full spin, I think that helps with the full flip. It just all works together, and if you can get it high, you can catch it. You always catch it front-footed a little bit early, and then the tail will swing around under your foot, and that's the best thing to do if you keep landing the rail. You need to get more height so you can flip it slower and keep your eye on the board. So with that said, watch mine in slow motion, pick them apart. I think that's better than anything I can tell you, and go practice them.